Hello, everybody. It's Aaron Rivas, your local real estate professional. I was out the other day and somebody asked me why is it important for a home appraisal. Somebody said if I want to pay a house, buy a house for X amount, why do I have to have somebody appraise it and approve it? And I wanted to basically respond to that so that you know how to why it's important. And if you're the person that's having an appraisal done on your home, refinancing, or you're selling your home, I wanted to give you 5 tips that you can use to better prepare for one. First of all, appraisals are used to assist someone in making a decision when considering purchasing, selling, insuring, or lending money on a home. Appraisals are also used for tax purposes to estimate how much money a property has to pay in taxes. Okay, so that's pretty much a big reason why appraisals are used. Now, if you're buying a home, it's an important part of the process. Now, since the amount of money that is going to be determined, or loan that's going to be determined by the bank on giving you, they're looking to see how much the value of the home is coming in at based on current sales in the area, and current homes that are currently for sale, as well active and sold properties, usually within the last 3 months. And most of the time, appraisers are going to look at homes that have sold or on market for sale within about a half a mile of your property. Now, the reason why that they do this is because they want to make sure that in the event anything happens to the borrower that's purchasing this home, if they have to get the property and put it back up on the market and sell it, they're going to recover the majority or all of the amount of money that they lent you to purchase the property. So it's kind of a guarantee for them that they're not going to overlend on a property that might not be worth what it is that you're trying to buy it for. Now, in the event that an appraisal comes in lower, you have an appraisal contingency that's written into your California Association of Realtors forms that are used here in California. Now, that contingency, for the most part, says that when you purchase a property, the purchase of this home is contingent upon the home appraising for the price that I'm offering you on this house. Now, if the house appraises lower, your contingency is going to protect you as the buyer so that you don't overpay, but you could come back to the negotiating table with your seller or the seller and say, hey, Mr. Seller, came in and lower. Here's the appraisal. Take a look at it. Can we agree to bring down the price to the appraised value based on the comparable sales in the area? Now, if, for example, the seller agrees, then great. You put it in writing, send it to escrow, and remove your appraisal contingency and continue to move forward. If the seller doesn't agree, then maybe you come to some type of terms where you can agree with the seller and the buyer, and they can continue to move forward. In the event that the seller doesn't agree to lower the price, for example, in a market that is going up, and a seller knows that at some point, maybe in the next month, 2 months, 3 months, the value will be there, then you as a buyer, if you're not willing to wait or pay the difference out of pocket in this event, then your appraisal contingency allows you to cancel escrow and protects your deposit that you entered into escrow, and you shouldn't have to lose not one penny from that contingency. So that's a very important part, to have that contingency written in. And in the event that the appraisal comes in higher, well, great. You basically tell the seller that the appraisal came in at value, and you're moving forward with the transaction. And at that point, you would remove your contingency from the contract in writing, as long as there's no lender required repairs. In those other instances, if you have questions about that, feel free to give me a call. I'd love to go into more detail if you have any further questions there. Now, an appraiser is going to look at the general condition of a property and try to establish, based on comparable sales, the average sales price of an area. Now, once you have an average sales price established in an area, he's going to either increase the value of your home or decrease the value of your home based on the upgrades and repairs that you've done to your property, and now say, hey, this is above average, and these repairs might have been $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 or whatnot, and that's going to increase the value of your home. Now, if there's a home on the market and the average is here and it has a lot of deferred maintenance, well, then that's where an appraiser would decrease the value and submit his estimation of the value of that particular property in that market at that time based on the comparable sales in the neighborhood. Um, Now, I wanted to give you 5 tips that you can use in the event that you are going to refinance your home and you want to get the most value for your property, or you're going to sell your home and you want to better prepare it for both buyers and, when it comes down to it, the appraisal. Now, tip number 1, curb appeal. This is huge. Now, the first thing that anybody does when you drive up to a home that you've never been at is you pull up and you're looking at the general appearance of the property. Now, this is going to really kind of bring up or down the perceived value of any home. If it's in great shape, for example, the grass is trimmed or cut and the yard is trimmed, it's cleaned up, it's decluttered, and it's got a fresh look and it looks green, the grass and the shrub is looking really tight. The perception of value of this home is going to start off at a very high level, and that's going to determine how excited the buyers are going to feel when they first see your home. And now when they get in the door, they're going to look at the rest of the house and whatnot. But curb appeal is huge, so let's not work against yourself and not pay too much attention to your curb appeal, because that's going to determine how high the perception of value of your home is initially before a buyer or appraiser gets in the door. Tip number 2, touch up and clean up. Now, some of the things that I always talk about are things that we can do that are pretty easy and simple is install shiny new doorknobs, faucets, small things. They don't really add up in value, but they do add up as far as the entire appearance of being modern and updated. And these kind of things go a long ways to the overall feeling of the buyer or the appraiser, and that can score real big points when it comes down to the overall value of your home. Number 3, mind the $500 rule. Now, this is very important. Now, there's things that you can go around your house and start looking through the eyes of somebody that's probably going to catch maybe a rain gutter that's hanging down, a cracked window, a doorknob that's not working so well, maybe a vanity in a bathroom that's cracked. Assume the $500 rule. If it's less than $500 and you could fix it yourself, go to it. Now, an appraiser, when he goes through your home, he's looking at all of these things and he's rounding them up, saying, hey, it might cost a couple of $100 here to repair this and another $500 to repair that. And so if the appraiser finds several of these problems, they can add up to thousands of dollars in lost value for your home. So when you go through your house, be very mindful of the $500 rule. Look for things that can be easily replaced by you or a handyman, and get to it. It's gonna give you a big return in the long run. Tip number 4: look beyond your house to the surrounding area. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, since you bought your home, you might be a lot more knowledgeable than the appraiser coming into your area, who this appraiser may be from a different county, a different city, and not be quite familiar with the surroundings. For example, was there a new off-ramp from the freeway put in the last several months or several years, which would make getting to your home more accessible? Is there a new shopping mall, restaurants, schools, transit systems, and community locations that you can point out to your appraiser, which will help increase the value for your home? Tip number 5: install safety equipment. This is huge. This is in California, we're required to have some things in the home when a house is being sold. So number 1, make sure that there's smoke detectors in every bedroom of the house. It's a safety feature. It keeps us nice and safe. And banks like to also make sure that that's happening because it protects their investment in you and that home. Also have a CO, or carbon monoxide detector, installed on each level of a home. So if a home is only a single level, then you only need one installed, hopefully preferably near the bedrooms or in the hallway. If it's a 2-story home, you need to install a CO detector on each level. And the other item is going to be double strap your water heater. Now, a water heater is filled up with water, and in the event of an earthquake, these things can fall over and hurt somebody, or they can, get a whole bunch of pressure and shoot through the roof. So by having it double strapped, it's going to make sure that it's not going to fall over and hurt somebody, and that's going to keep you nice and safe. And these are things that are going to be looked at by a California certified home appraiser. And these are also items, those safety items are also required by law and by the lenders who are going to loan a buyer money to purchase your property. Hey everybody, I hope this information is very helpful to you, and if you have questions about the appraisal process or any other process when it comes to buying or selling a home, feel free to reach out to me, Aaron Rivas, your local real estate professional. I'd be more than happy to hear from you and help you with any scenario that you might be coming across. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to follow me a little bit more, visit my website at aaronrivas.c21.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.